For you who brings the news to people daily, and sometimes the news are not good because you have to, oh, these are the stats, these are the numbers of death today. Is it going down? What's the government doing? But just doing the hard work, asking those tough questions, holding the government accountable, bringing to people the daily news that to keep themselves informed of how to beat and flatten the curve of coronavirus. So what have you learned from this whole pandemic?
Well, so the first thing is, putting all of these things together, first and foremost, as a news person, as a journalist, your emotions have to be out. So when you're bringing the news to people on how many people have been infected, how many people have died, you have to deliver the news like you don't have your emotions are not attached, but deep down, emotions are attached, and deep down, you're sorry that people are dead. Deep down, you know that you don't want people to contract the virus. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned apart from the normal instincts, apart from the normal things that you learn in journalism school. But again, you see that a lot of people really don't listen. A lot of people are finding it difficult to obey simple instructions. A lot of people are finding it difficult to do basic things that will save them from being infected by this virus. It is a simple thing. The government says stay at home. Pictures went around social media, in fact, including videos, went around social media this morning of how people were jammed, particularly on the Third Mainland Bridge. We understand that, yes, there are some essential service workers who are moving around, and they perhaps might have been jammed at a police checkpoint. But that notwithstanding, I think the jam I saw today was far more than what would be termed as essential workers. So I'm wondering, why aren't people staying at home? Some people don't even believe that the coronavirus is real. So you learn that people are apparently ignorant of what is going on right now in the world. Over 1 million people have been infected, and quite a number of people have died from this virus. But people still are yet to come to terms with the fact that it's actually true. And you would think that this ignorance is just within uneducated people. It's sad that I have come to understand that even educated people who, so to speak now, are employed, have the basic secondary school certificates, maybe a polytechnic certificate or even a university degree, they still don't understand, or they still don't believe. They're yet to come to terms with the fact that coronavirus is real. So these are things that we're learning that hitherto we thought, wouldn't ever have been possible. So when you meet someone with a doctorate degree telling you that, oh, he doesn't believe that coronavirus is real, you're beginning to think, how did this guy obtain a PhD in It is the government's sole responsibility to protect the lives and property of people.
Okay.
So if the government says, for the safety of your life, please stay at home, don't go to church, don't go to mosque, don't go to work, and to make sure that you don't have as much people moving out there carrying the virus from one place to the other, because the World Health Organization says one of the ways in which the virus moves is by movement, is by carrying. So I have the virus and I'm moving from here to the other place. That's why they're saying stay at home. If for whatever reason the uprising, I believe, if there will be any, I believe the government has the capacity to quell it, because at the tail end there will be riots, so to speak, now. But we haven't seen that now. We haven't seen that now, and thankfully, I hope we don't see it. And let's just adhere to the rules. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to go to mosque for you to be able to connect with God. You have the Holy Book. You can stream your service online. I think, which is one of the things that would remain going forward post-pandemic Nigeria.
Yes, I feel that's a new way. That's a new wave. I saw a flyer from one of my Muslim friends who they're having a global online conference. So usually they'll have like a physical conference, but now they're having like a global online conference with some of the biggest imams from the different regions coming to speak. So which is good. And also churches are adopting new methods. A lot of churches now have online services. They are maximizing Instagram. They are maximizing YouTube Live and all of that. So which is good. But people, sorry, let me just comment. People even pay their offerings as well as their tithe
online. I mean, I'm wondering why there's so much chaos.
I just believe that it's for people. It's just the difference now that a lot of people that normally wouldn't go to church or go to the mosque are just revolting and just like, oh my God, why would they tell me not to? Is that need, that human need to say, to revolt, to question?
Exactly. Yeah.
But also, you said the government have the way you said it is the government have they have the capacity to handle an uprising if it comes. So which leads us to another point stated in the report. It says some state governors would become superstars. You mentioned that the government they got great capacity to handle an uprising if it comes, which we pray it doesn't. So, and one of the things stated in the report is that some governors, we've already seen some governors becoming superstars. So you see people praising governors like the Lagos State governor. Some governors are really proactive. So, and they stated that some state governors are about to become superstars, which would not be, maybe post, they'll get, some of them will get second tenure. Some of them would now get maybe new offices, new higher positions above the state level. So what are your thoughts about that?
Well, about getting second terms or second tenures or getting higher offices, I'm really not sure about that. But the truth is, I mean, you just need to stand up when you need to stand up. And that's what some of the governors have done. They've been able to employ social media platforms to disseminate as quickly as possible results, measures that needs to be taken, and what they're doing in terms of fighting the COVID-19. And so not only that, because you can't go on social media and you can't go there empty. So you have to come on social media with what you're doing. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, I've put in place this measure. I've put in place number of beds, this so-and-so number of beds in so-and-so isolation centers. We've put up quite a number of isolation centers here and there. We've done this, we've done that. So people actually judge you by what you've done. And because this is a pandemic that is being fought globally, you understand that in as much as you can't go around or you can't go out because of the lockdown, if you come out with false narratives, there is definitely always someone somewhere that will counter that narrative. So yes, we've had governors who are now star boys because of what they've done, and I think that's that's a good line, because others will follow. Others will follow, because you don't want yourself to be seen as someone who didn't perform or who didn't stand up at the right time, because sooner or later you would need the people, and you need to tell them that while I was there, or at a particular time in the life of this country, in our lives, like, I was able to do this when we had this problem. I was able to provide medical supplies. I was able to provide succor or palliatives for the poor. I was able, to ensure that you all were okay.
But I had a conversation with a public affairs analyst last week on Robin Mindspot, and he said some governors and some people in government would take time out to politicize the virus. What do you think about that? Do you think that is true? Because you're having conversation. I believe that you've had conversations with people in oppositions in government. Do you think that people in government are politicizing the coronavirus?
I sincerely would say that I don't think they're politicizing the virus. We put in place all those measures even before now. We stream, so we have already adopted so many of